We are live. ICAST day 3 in the books, technically day 2.5 because it was kind of the half preview day, but we have got another full day done. We got a great show lined up here today. We've got Best in Show, the product that won the show. If you read the title, you saw the thumbnail, you already know what it is. We've talked about it already. We're going to play. It's a 2-minute clip, about 96 seconds technically, of the actual awards ceremony. So you'll see how that goes. It's like you guys are here and you can kind of experience what it's like to be at ICAST. We're going to go through that. We're going to talk a little bit about that product. And then we're going to talk about some of the cool stuff or unique stuff or things that other people probably aren't going to tell you about, some of the other products that are out on the show floor that I checked out yesterday and today. And then we're going to wrap up with a little bit of a teaser of over the next couple of weeks, what it's going to look like in terms of a ton of videos and content hitting the channel that I filmed and now just have to be edited and uploaded. So drop down in the comments. Let me know if you're tuned in here, either on the live squad or on the replay squad. And let me know down below what products you're most excited about that you've heard of from ICAST so far. So let's go ahead and pull it up here. See, we got a couple people tuning in. Nice to see you here. We've got this video. So I filmed this myself. This is not anything that comes from ICAST. So I edited it down. And this is about, it's exactly 1 minute, 36 seconds. Let's get it going right now.
So after voting between 9 and noon today, one company stood out more than the others. Winner of the 2025 ICAST Best of Show is the FluxJet Kayak. Congratulations, FluxJet.
Yeah, congratulations.
That's unbelievable.
Woo!
Hold
up,
so much. Thank you.
Take your words.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, first and foremost, I got to say thank you to ASA and to ICAST for giving us this unbelievable opportunity to launch this product. I mean, we have been grinding on this thing for a decade to get this technology ready. I mean, I can't imagine another place that we could have brought this product and had the reception we've had the last 2 days. I mean, I was concerned that we'd pull this thing out and people wouldn't understand it, but I got to tell you, there are so many people that have come up and have been so kind. And it really makes the 10 years of grinding on this thing worth it. And I mean, to win this is next level. I got to definitely thank Kayak Distribution and ICAST for their help. We could have not pulled this off in the crazy timeline we had. But wow, it's overwhelming. That's really amazing. Thank you so much to ICAST. That's crazy. Thank you, everybody here. And all the amazing products here. I mean, it's one thing to win. It's another to be surrounded by amazing products. And thank you all so much. It's amazing. Oh my God.
So that's it. That is the crew that won. And let me tell you a little bit about them. So I actually, as soon as I know I didn't show you guys the video, but I've got it, and maybe I'll include it in another video upcoming here. But when I first walked the new product showcase 2 days ago, when they had it open for kind of that select preview crowd, I walked in, and the first category that I walked by was this category, the boats and watercraft category. I looked through all of them, and of course, the one that was at the show was orange, at least the one in the new product showcase. They did have other colors in their booth area. And as soon as I saw it, I was watching it tonight trying to get a better picture of it. And I said in that video, I kid you not, it was within the first 10 minutes of walking in the doors, I said, this is going to win the category. I didn't say the show at that point, but it was the category. Hands down, they won the category. As we can see, new product showcase 2025. Let me zoom in a little bit. 2025 best of show winner and best 2025 best of winners. So they won best of show for the category, and which then qualified them for best of show, and they got best of best winners as well. So this is what it is, the FluxJet Kayaks, and they couldn't be nicer guys, honestly. And the product, honestly, is so innovative compared to everything else that we saw there. It's a shoo-in. I mean, there's no question why they won. So FluxJet Kayaks, world's first electric jet kayak. They got a few different colors here. It is all one model. And so what you're getting here is you're getting the full kayak. And what's really cool about it is you have a full digital control panel here. You have a voltage regulator that goes anywhere from 12 volts up to 60 volts. You can put whatever size battery you want in there in that voltage range, and it's going to automatically convert that voltage down to exactly what it needs for the jet motor, as well as the 12-volt electronics in the boat. So you could have dual screens on there, and everything's going to be already ready to go for you. They do all of that wiring for you. They've got interior lights. They've got nav lights on the front and on the back, the white light on the back. They got this thing decked out with tracks that you can see on here. So this thing is pretty dang sweet. So this is the website for ICAST where they're talking about the product. And I'll pull up, and I'll link all this down below after the stream is over as well. But they've got their own website, FluxJetKayaks.com, world's first electric jet fishing kayak. And you can see what this one looks like here on the water. And you can see that kind of jet coming out of the back of it. It says, meet the Flux Jet Kayak, the world's first electric jet powered kayak. No bulky pedal drives, no tangled fishing lines, no delays. Just plug in a standard marine battery, hit the water in seconds. With an integrated jet drive and lightweight design, you'll glide over debris. That is a big thing we're going to talk about here next. That is something that some people have brought up. I've got a dedicated video on this kayak coming out within the next week for sure, probably the next couple of days, where I did an interview with them, talked about the kayak, got some closer up pictures, got some more questions answered. They designed it in a way not to pick up some of that debris, avoid snags, and reach your fishing spot faster than ever. Ditch the setup, catch more fish, get on the water with FluxJet kayaks. It's 88 pounds of kayak weight is how much it weighs. You can get 5+ mile per hour max speed. They told me they've gotten it up to 7, which is pretty impressive. And then 960 minutes of maximum runtime. I'm assuming that's at like a lower setting. And it's got 1,000 watts of power. The specifications here, you can see it's an 11-foot boat. You've got a weight capacity of up to 400 pounds, underseat utility slot for your choice of battery, Group 31, transducer ready, adjustable foot pegs for steering. I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's got built-in USB-A, the higher voltage amperage, and then amperage, and then you've got USB-C charger built in as well, deck and nav lights, molded-in handles. Could go on and on, but that's what that other dedicated video will be for. So check it out if you are interested. I'm pretty excited about this. Might be looking at getting one next year because I think they're going to be coming out right around springtime is what they made it sound like from when they were doing all of the innovation. D-Money saying, I must be missing you. Place is so big. Dude, there were 2 other people I messaged today that I've been trying to run into the last couple of days. Didn't see them, and they already left today and went home. So, and funny thing is I saw one of their business cards sitting on a table, and it's like, never saw you, but I found a business card for you. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, this place is massive, dude. 100%. Okay. So what are some of the other things that we've seen on the floor that we want to talk about? First, let's talk a little bit more about that jet kayak. This is what the bottom of it looks like. And I know I haven't shown you probably a bunch of these pictures and things, but there's, like I said, a video coming out on it. But this is the cover for the jet drive. You can see the jet drive back here that's inside of it. This is the cover that goes over it. We'll talk about it in the video. However, this is designed in a way that it's essentially creating these grooves there that kind of suction material. So if you have floating grasses, if you've got debris in the water, whether it's suspended in the water, floating, or if it's right below the surface, it actually goes past it. In the way that this fin is on the back of it, past the jet drive intake, is it's intended, and they said the way that it works is it actually creates a suction. So it pulls it right past and back off and kind of pushes it away. They said that there's times where they're going through vegetation and the vegetation is not even moving because of the way that this is designed. So pretty cool. Just figured I'd call it out here that they have thought of that. They've supposedly tested it and they've had success with it. So more to come as we see this thing on the water. I just think not having a prop down, not having something taking up space on the bow, in the middle of the floor, like a foot drive pedal or even a trolling motor like the Old Town Autopilot in the floor, not having to have a stern mounted anything. Like this thing is awesome. It has forward, reverse, you can turn on it. The concept is great. I love the idea of being able to get into just a couple of inches of water and not have to worry about that, or tangling up with weeds. How cool is that? Okay. This is the Solstice kayak. This is the kayak that actually got entered in right at the end of the new product showcase first night voting. So I just wanted to include it here. I know we chatted about it a couple of nights ago, but I didn't give it the same justice as a lot of the other new product categories. This did not win, obviously, but it is an inflatable kayak from that brand. So if you wanted to see, that was the one that rounded out that category there. One other thing that we had talked about previously that I want to give you a quick update on here is in terms of fishing accessories, Dirty Ducks LLC. They've got these Wahoo wipes that are intended for all of the smells you get while you're in a boat and you're out fishing. So the slime from fish, you've got, the smell of the blood from the fish from your bait, right? If you've got the slime and the smell of whatever bait you're using, leeches, worms, maggots, you name it, everything's got a little bit of a smell to it. I opened this puppy up. I took a good old whiff of it. It actually smells pretty good. Lime scented, just as it says. It looks like it should work pretty good. That is $10. This did not win its product category, but I thought they were pretty unique. And only for $10, you get 42 wipes. It's a pretty dang good deal, if I was to say. Something cool that I saw at the show here is these off-road vehicles. Check these things out. So there's a company called Adventure Off-Road Group. They've got Argos and they've got fat trucks is what they call them here, off-road utility vehicles. And they've got everything from the 4 wheels on each side with tracks over them to just the 4 wheels to the big boys in the back here that have the 2 big ones, kind of like that Sherp style. They've got a ton of really cool things. The winch on the front, you can see they've got the big bar up here. I'm thinking like ice fishing, this thing would be sweet. And check this unit out. This unit, I think, is something like I've never seen before. So this is a Argo Aurora Huntmaster 950. So you got the 4 tires and they put tracks on it, which is pretty incredible. You've got your 2 seats up here, but wait, it gets even better. You've got your rack up front here. You could probably mount a graph or whatever you wanted there. Look at the back. The back seat has benches in it on the sides. So you could sit here. You got your feet there. You got rod holders here. So you've got a total of 4 rod holders here. You've got a cup holder here. You've got a Garmin screen cover here. Why is that? Well, that's right, because there's a back rack on it that has a Garmin screen on it. And check this out. That's the Garmin screen. So you can sit here and look at it. And there's a handle for a motor. Look at this. There's the inside of it here. Look at this. On the back of it, obviously you probably wouldn't have all of these things on here, but they're showing what an electric motor would look like and a gas motor. This should be a gas motor, 6 horsepower. And then they've even got the live scope pole down here on the back as well. So you can throw your live scope off the back. You could have a trolling motor. So even though these things are intended to be able to kind of paddle through the water, guess what? Drive it into the water and use your trolling motor off of the back. How sweet is that? This is the type of thing that these people are making and selling, this Adventure Off-Road Group. So if you're interested, go check them out. I thought this was the coolest thing ever. Maybe one day I'll be able to afford something like this. It definitely happens. Hello, Chad. What's up? I think it'd be fun to drive one of those fat Sherpa trucks. Yeah, those big ones, like this guy right here, they're pretty freaking awesome looking. Look at this thing. It's all open. Now, if you're an ice fisherman, kind of like I am, that's primarily when I would probably use it. And I'd want like the fully enclosed cab. So that way you could have more people, more gear, and things like that inside of it. I know up on Lake of the Woods, there's guys that run these fat trucks, but with the full cab on them. And then here's another one that's kind of got that, the roof on it. So you've got the front row and the back row. This stuff is just really cool. All right, another product that I thought was kind of interesting there, and I got to talk to the guy quite a bit there and found quite a bit out, is they've got this tester tool. It's kind of a way to test your, do you know what level of drag you have on your reel? So he's got a reel here with some line on it. He hooks this system up to it here, and you can see it's currently at 0, on it, but he hooks up to this line right down here, and then you set your drag to whatever you, and you can pull on the line, whatever, get it dialed into what you would normally fish, and you tell him how much drag tension do you think you have on it? How many feet? I'm sorry, how many pounds of pressure do you think that you have on it? And this you pull on it, and when the drag starts going, this tells you what that maximum drag pressure is. I had set it what I had thought to be 4 pounds, and it actually was 2 pounds. So I was off by 2 pounds on my drag, and he said that's actually pretty close. A lot of guys are actually coming up much more off of that than they've seen. There was one guy that had it at 3, and he thought he had it at 9. So the reason why he has this tool is because they have something that they sell. It is called Tug Harder, Tug 60% harder technically, and it's got a strap on it, and it's a little mechanism here, and you can see the hook down at the bottom. I didn't do a very good job with these photos here, so I apologize for that. But the idea here is that you can actually test yours when you're setting up the drag for your different reels. This is ideal for if you have deadlines or trolling and you want to make sure that you're set correctly, get the most use out of that line. If you're using 10-pound line and you're only ever setting your drag to 6 pounds, why are you using 10-pound line? Use 8-pound or 6-pound line, right? And so I think this is pretty cool. I didn't do a video on this product here, but I'll see if I can dig up some more details on it and then drop it down below as well. But I thought this was kind of a cool product, and it's something that you'd be able to, here it is, Tug 50 Fishing. Oh, I got one of those sheets of paper, so I'll link them down below if you want to go check it out. The other thing, sweet baby Jesus, that's excessive. I like it. I like where your head's at there, T. Chad saying, I saw one in person a few months back, and they're huge. Interesting, yeah. Okay, Busby has if you remember, new product showcase the first night. So this is 2 nights ago, our first live stream that we had done a couple nights ago. I was giving Busby some crap about the fact that they have stickers. It was the white stickers that they had in the new product showcase. And we were talking about it on the stream, and you guys were all talking about how they have the pull tabs on their cases, and that is a better way to actually know what's in it. So if you're fishing and you need to grab your terminal tackle, or you want to grab your crankbaits or whatever, and you've got them in different bins or different tackle storage units, you can then just look by the color, because nobody's going to be like, oh, okay, let me read what this little label says that my handwriting is maybe legible on or hasn't been wiped off. Well, he told me that they have colored ones, and they weren't in the new product showcase. So he pulled this out and showed it to me. So it's the same thing as the white labels, except they're color coded. So this gives you the best of both worlds. You can write on it with a permanent marker or whatever you want to write on it with, a pen. These are waterproof labels. He said a ton of engineering time and effort went into this to make sure that it would stick to basically anything, which is important. It has to be waterproof, so it's not going to fall off and it's not going to rub off whatever you write on it with, and it's going to be durable to last. So both the white and the colored versions are that. And if you want the best of both worlds where you don't want to have to read the label, you can just go ahead and get the colored ones and know the purple I grabbed for this, the blue, the green, the yellow, the orange, the red, and that works. You know, if you're colorblind, obviously that's not going to be as effective for you. So maybe the white labels that you can read, there's an option for everybody available. So that I thought was pretty interesting. Wanted to catch you up on. The other thing that we saw in the new product showcase that I had talked about as well is they had a bag. It was a shorter bag, just like this. It's kind of a hexagonal type of bag, and you can put your fishing line in it. And I think it had 3 or 4 different spots, kind of like for leader line, so you can pull a little bit off, right? Well, he had a bigger one in the booth that wasn't in the new product showcase. So this one, I think it looks like you could probably fit 3 bulk spools, because I kind of see 2 in here right now. So they do have a bigger one available, or at least it's going to be coming out soon. He had it in the booth there. So that is coming. And I did do a video with Busby, so that'll be coming out as well. The lithium 40-volt Maven, I wanted to touch on a couple of key specs that were important. I filmed a video on this as well, so that'll be hitting the channel here soon. The Maven blades. So when I had talked to you, it said more ice on the blades themselves. I asked specifically, are those the right blades? They said yes. More is the manufacturer of those blades. They do the manufacturing of them, and they are the right blades that are on it. So when I showed you those blades, that is what it is, and we're good to go. That was on there. The other thing is the snap cover for it has magnets in it. It is a magnetic snap cover. Now, the one that's at the show does not have magnets in it. So I know that even this morning on the members only live that I did, I had said that, oh, I'm wrong. I thought this was magnetic, but there are no magnets in it. When I talked to the guy, he's like, somebody must have pulled them out or something like that, but they should be. And we can see here, there are magnets in there. We can clearly see here, it says Maven magnetic snap cover. This cover is awesome. It is the best cover that I've seen. And I asked him, is this new and unique for the Maven, or is this similar to one of their previous ones that they had out for some of their other ones? And he said, this is new because the shape of the head is even different. So there's no way they could have even used the old one if they wanted to. All right. The other thing to know that this guy had told me as well is that this comes in with 2 batteries. It has 2 batteries with it right from the manufacturer when they're buying it. So it's not just 1 battery. And I didn't see that written anywhere. And I asked him and he verified. He's like, yes, it comes with 2 batteries. So that is pretty cool. So I think one of the things, if we look at this in terms of competition, that is a leg up if they're coming at that price point that at least the sticker said. The sticker price that they had there was $579.99. And if that is true, and it has 2 5 amp hour or a 5 and a 4 amp hour battery, that is really impressive. I did also find out that the batteries are backwards compatible. So if you already have a StrikeMaster 40 volt and you're going to upgrade to the 40 volt Maven, which gets you a smaller power head on it in terms of the footprint size, better handles on it, it's going to cut faster, it's going to cut more inches of holes, and it's lighter. Plus you get the double batteries in it and everything. You can actually use your old batteries with this unit itself. It comes in an 8-inch and a 10-inch, 14.5 pounds for the 8-inch, 15.5 pounds for the 10-inch. And you can see those right there. And you can see all kind of the specs here. So I've got, again, a dedicated video coming out with one of the guys from Rapala walking through it with us today. It should be the first video on this on the internet because it's not technically released yet. They haven't even released the marketing. But you know what? You put it at ICAST. Alex is going to find it, and we're going to spread the word to the world. What's up, Blaine? Nice to see you here, man. Nice to see you. Show you how far off you really are. Is there any products that cross over into more of camping products? I know it's primarily fishing, but still, they do. And in fact, we'll talk about a couple of them here coming up, but there are some for sure. I didn't go to a bunch of them. I'm trying to think. If you go back to the new product showcase, so 2 nights ago, there was actually something in there, a product that was really cool. Or at least I thought was really cool. It was like a shower. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. It was a shower, an outdoor shower. So let me try to pull it up on their website right now. Their website is not the easiest thing in the world to navigate through. I'm talking about ICAST website. So give me 1 second here. And we are going to pull it up. We're going to go into new product showcase. At the show, new product showcase. Give me 1 second here. We'll pull it up. And it's not going to pull up for me. So go back to the live stream from a couple of nights ago. And it was like an outdoor shower with heated water, lights in it. It was pretty cool. We're going to talk about a couple things that Yeti has released as well. So there is some of it, but I didn't cover it. I ran out of time today. But soon we will, maybe next year, I'll make sure that I cover some more of the camping stuff. Like this power supply unit. We'll talk a little bit more about it tonight as well. That could definitely be used for camping. So there is a little bit of crossover there. There's a little bit of crossover even with hunting as well. Like I saw some bow and arrows and that type of thing, crossbows and that type of thing. All right, RMP. RMP has their 19-inch screen. This is the RMP, I think this is the Flex Connect. I think these are called the Flex screens. I'm not sure, but it's a 19-inch screen. They have this box that has to be used if you're going to use it with Lowrance, which will allow you to do touch control. It's going to mirror the screen, and then you have touch control with that box with Lowrance. With Garmin specific units, if you have that HDMI out, like the 8600 series, and you have that USB-C that can plug into this, you can actually do it touch screen control and mirroring of Garmin without the box. And then Humminbird, the best that you can get is with a couple of their units, you can actually get screen mirroring, but you're not going to get touch control. So this is the product that they have out. I think he had said it's $3,700. It's a 19-inch screen. So that's that. Again, it's screen mirroring. You're not getting a second unit. You can't have something different on this one from the other one. It's going to mirror it. So typically when people are using this type of thing, wherever they put this big screen, like if it's at the bow of the boat, they would put the other one maybe by the steering wheel or back by the tiller, because you'd never be looking at them at the same time. So it's okay that you're changing both at the same time. But just wanted to call that out. There's nothing new here that they necessarily launched at the show, but they were showcasing it. And so I wanted to call it out. So you can see here, this is a Garmin 8610, it looks like. And so this is just hooked up with 2 cables directly from this to this. And you can touch this, you can move it around, you can change the screen, you can do everything, and you're going to see it's doing the exact same thing on the other one. Next up, something that not PowerPole. I saw the screen here. We're going to talk about PowerPole here in a second. But Ram Mounts has a new bracket that can be a dual bracket. So you can have 2 screens here, and then you can have a third one up. Or you can do this where you have 1 and 1 stacked. And so I thought this was kind of interesting. I don't have my boat set up this way, but I figured it was pretty unique that Ram is having this type of thing. And then there's a support that goes down in the back for it. So you can see the different ways to do it here. A 1 and a 1. So this is on the Ram ball here. Then you've got a Ram ball with a bracket up here. So that would be like a 1 down, 1 up. You could do 1 on the left, 1 on the right. And then you could do 1 on the left and 1 on the right, and then that tall one in the back as well. So you could actually have 3 if you wanted, or you could do 1 down below, 1 up tall. There's a lot of different options. So that is from Ram, something that they have launched and released. PowerPole has the Vision. We've known about this. We talked about it on the FGTN show probably 3 months ago, and it is now getting close to ready to launching. They've got it here at the show. They've got 2 different ones, the bigger screen and the smaller screen. This one's got fingerprints and everything. I did shoot a video, so there'll be a dedicated video coming out on the channel. This is not intended to be a chart plotter, a screen for your live imaging. That's not what this is intended for. It is essentially a smart Android tablet, if you will. But you can do, it's got a SIM card in it that you can activate if you want to. It's $40 a month on the AT&T network, unlimited data. Or you can just hook it up to Wi-Fi if you've got like Starlink on your boat or wherever you're going to be using it. Or you could just turn your phone on a hotspot and then you can connect to it that way. And you can literally use this thing to do whatever you want on it. You could watch, the football game while you're out on the boat. So you don't have to decide, do I want to stay home and watch the game or watch it out there? You can use this camera, and when you catch the big fish, you can stand up to it. You can use voice control and say, snap the picture, hands-free, it's going to take it. You can post it on social media directly from here. The other cool thing that you can do with it is you're not locked into an ecosystem. So no matter what you have for fish finders, or maybe you don't even have fish finders, if you have a Garmin but you don't like Navionics and you want to use what Humminbird uses or what Lowrance uses, you can just download those apps on here and use them. You want to use Google Earth to look up a spot, you can go ahead and do it. This has got 1500 nit display, so super bright sunlight readable display. And then you got a super special button here that actually will analyze the screen and make it even brighter in that area and increase that contrast so that way you're able to see it. Even if it's like a super dark contrasty screen, it will actually amplify it for purpose of use out in the direct sunlight. This thing is waterproof, weatherproof. You've got shortcut buttons. This thing's pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited about it. So check out the video on it that's coming out soon. I'm thinking of putting this like in front of the passenger side of the boat, and then being able to use it to maybe do some live video feeds and those types of things. I got a few different setups for that that I'm planning, but this could be a cool one. Or if you've got a kid that you want to have come out, you want them to play some Angry Birds to keep them occupied while you're out there fishing, and that keeps you out on the water longer. Do what you want. Hook up Spotify to it. You can hook up Bluetooth devices to it. Tons of things you can do. So pretty cool product. You can see the smaller screen in the bigger screen. That is what's coming out. And again, dedicated product video on that will be coming out soon on the channel over the next couple of weeks. I'm going to bang them out as quickly as I can. I won't release more than one a day, but they will be coming out. This is over here in the Daiwa booth. They have their new freshwater reel. This won the award for the best freshwater reel at the show that was entered in the new product showcase. This is the Ballistic MQLT. They have the different sizes from 1,000 to 4,000 available in 5 different sizes. They are all $239.99. So it is a premium reel at a premium price. I get it. Yes, there are definitely more expensive reels, but these are not considered cheap reels by any means at all. A couple other views of them. I put it in my hand. I tried it out. I really liked it. And then I compared it to a Tatula Elite, which is about $60 more expensive. And I did like the Tatula Elite. So yeah, take that for what it's worth. Another $60 is another $60. I mean, it's expensive, right? But this is a new freshwater reel from them, and you can see kind of all the specs here for you. All right, another new offering that Bubba actually announced. Let's see, what day is it? It's 12:51 a.m. So it's technically 2 days ago now. Technically 2 days ago now. But they announced something new that's going to be coming in the new year, probably around February, March timeframe. And it is called, let me know if you've heard of this. It's called Bubba Score Tracker Live. So it's got basically 3 different things on it. You can organize. So I'll just read through this and then we'll talk a little bit about it, because I'm actually super excited about this. And this isn't something that's going to cost anybody money. I'm really excited about it. So Bubba is actually working with Bubba X, MLF, Major League Fishing. They present the Score Tracker Live for all anglers, organizers, and fans, bringing the intensity of real-time scoring to all, making the catch, weigh, release format available to all anglers and organizers to help preserve the future of our fisheries and sport forever. And you can scan this QR code if you want to learn more about it. And of course, I'll have a link down below once this live is over as well. You can organize. So any tournament organizer can build, host, and manage their own custom Score Tracker Live tournament. So anybody can host their own tournament. Anybody. Like, I could go in there. You could go in there. Once it's live, it's not live yet, but you could go in there and organize a tournament. What I found out is there is a fee. It's $4.99 per entrant. So if you're going to do a tournament, there's a $4.99 fee. So like, you know how normally like Fish Donkey is an example. I see this as direct competition for Fish Donkey, but I think this is better, and I'm really excited about it. They have, you know how normally you'll pay like a $10 fee or a $20 fee to get into one of those tournaments? Well, what they do instead of adding 10% onto it for their fee, what they do is they just have a flat $4.99 fee. So when you pay your entry fee, there's $4.99 added onto it. If it's $10, it'd be $14.99. $4.99 of it would go to Bubba for the platform, and then the $10 would go to the bucket for the actual tournament that you're getting into. So that is how this works. You can compete. So feel the thrill and intensity of major league fishing with live real-time score tracker leaderboards on the Bubba app. Anglers can rapidly catch, weigh, and release their fish while the catch data automatically syncs with Score Tracker Live. So this is going to give you a live scoreboard. So anybody that's in the tournament, as they're entering fish, you're going to be able to see that live scoreboard. That's pretty cool. Obviously, it's a feature of other competitors like Fish Donkey. I'll continue to use that as an example because I think here in around where I live in the Midwest area, ice fishing, Fish Donkey is kind of the app that a lot of people know about. I think this is going to be pretty stringent competition for Fish Donkey. It's not coming out again until like the end of the ice season. So maybe we won't see the impacts of it this year. Maybe it'll be the year after. But I'm excited to try this thing out. And then third is Spectate. And we're going to talk a little bit more about each of these in a second here. But the Spectate is fans can feel the thrill of the MLF score tracker in any tournament by following along in real-time updates live on the Bubba app. So this is the collaboration with MLF. So when MLF is doing tournaments, the official weight scale of the Major League Fishing is this Bubba Pro Series weight scale here. That is the one and only weight scale that can be used. This app, this is what's super cool. So we read up here, catch, weigh, release. So the idea is they catch their bass as an example. It gets weighed on here. The scale syncs up via Bluetooth to your phone into the app. So it will automatically enter your fish into the app. It'll sync with it. And then anybody that wants to watch the MLF, they can download the app and they can watch the MLF scoreboard live if they want to, straight through the app. That's my understanding of how this works. And so what they actually have down below, I cut some of it off in this photo, but you can see Score Tracker Live down here, a featured catch. It does geolocation. So like in an MLF type scenario, if you wanted to, you could turn it on. But they said for all other contests, it is like under like significant lock and key because they also recognize nobody's going to use this app if they catch a fish and it's going to give away their location. And so it is not going to do that by default. And it's only going to be for like the MLF things if they want to have it active. Nobody can see it, is my understanding, not even the tournament directors, but they do collect the information because it allows whoever is organizing the tournament, if you want to say you can only fish on this lake and only enter fish on this lake, it's not going to allow somebody from 2 miles away on another body of water to enter a fish because it's not in the geolocation area. So it seems pretty secure. Bubba's a pretty reputable company, so I actually really like the idea behind this. Now, a couple of things that we need to talk about. First, this is catch, weigh, release. This is something Fish Donkey does not do today. Fish Donkey does catch, measure, release, right? You do the bump board. So I asked specifically about that. They, of course, were familiar with what Fish Donkey is. And they said, when you are setting up, whoever the tournament organizer is, they can set it up however they want to. If they want to do catch, measure, release or catch, picture, release, they can do that if they want. They could set regulations around the species. They can do all of that. This opens up, though, something that Fish Donkey can't do. This is integrated in with their scales, and there's a lot of different ways that you can do it. But this opens up, I think, a whole nother new way of doing it. So it's not just catch, picture, release, which is probably going to be the more popular one for individuals because not everybody's going to have like a Bluetooth synced or a scale that's necessarily going to be of the same quality. So I think the catch, picture, release will still be very, very popular, but you can do that through this app once it goes live as well. Excuse me. Need a drink of water here. Or an energy drink since it's 1 a.m. in the morning. What do you guys think about this? You think it's pretty cool? Gosh, I am really really far behind in these the chat, so I apologize there. Cold snaps are still a great art, great. Got 8 years on my rubber band. Attaboy, T. You really love the auger, huh? Dude, I don't know if I love the auger. I'm just excited about fishing gear and ice fishing gear specifically. I get excited about talking about it, showing it to everybody. I'm pretty stoked about that. I mean, I don't see myself getting rid of my Ion Alpha Plus. I don't see myself getting rid of my E40. I see myself getting rid of my StrikeMaster 40 volt that I still have in my garage that I haven't used in 2 years. I'm sure I'll get the Maven just to try it out, test it against some of the others, maybe get some content out there. Chad, there was a sick trailer that could be used for camping. Modular trailer built. Oh, yeah. Thanks, Josh. Filling them in. Like to see the new auger on a 10-inch chipper. A lot of products can cross between different types of outdoor products. All right. I'm not going to scroll all the way through because I'm sure everybody doesn't want me just to read through these things here. But hard to tell is lead in the belly. We have been there before. Yeah, Joel. And I think that's why like the measuring will still be there, right? Bump boards and all of that. I think it's pretty cool. So it's basically Bubba's version of AI angler, but AI angler tourneys are mostly free. Josh, have you ever used that? I haven't. I walked by their booth and they had said they're still building their algorithm. And then I walked away because it's like, it's still a concept. It's still not 100% accurate because of the way that they do it, right? With the measurement of the camera and the algorithm. So I'm not 100% sold on their solution yet. I also think the only way that this type of solution is actually going to work is if you have widespread adoption. You need a lot of people to be willing to use it. Otherwise, tournaments aren't fun if there's only 2 people in it, right? So you need to make sure it's accessible, it's trusted, and it works well. In terms of the lead in the belly, that's why I think pictures in length will still be a thing. But yeah, I see it as like their version of like the fish donkey thing. My only thing about weighing fish through the app is it does allow for cheating. Yep. Now, MLF, what's different, right, is you actually have a tournament official in the boat. So like their job is just to sit there and weigh your fish. Like the angler themselves don't even get to hold the weight scale. So there's a little bit of a difference there. I think guys a couple of years ago, yeah, stuff the lead. Yep. Okay, cool. Awesome. So this is from Bubba. Pretty exciting. Here's the 3 scales that they have. They won the category of cutlery, hand pliers, or tools with the light. So the Smart Fish Scale Light, that's the one that they won with, because these other 2 were already out. This was a new release within the last year. They also have, check this thing out. If you're a kayak angler, you know exactly what this is because you know that you got to use this to put your information on. This is the Bubba Bump Board 28-inch. High-strength anodized aluminum body with high-vis laser-etched markings, integrated sliding ID card holder for easy positioning and tournament catch confirmations, measure out to 28.5 inches in 1/4 inch increments, and has a tether attachment point. MSRP $99.99, available in late 2025. What I like about it is it's got a mirror here so you can kind of see if it's touching. This thing looks sick. I am impressed with Bubba. They're doing some pretty cool stuff. I also really like this hand net that they have, which I talked about a couple nights ago as well. Bubba's making moves, dude. Like, I know a lot of their stuff is expensive, but dude, they're making some waves, if you will. All right, you were asking about camping gear? Check this out. Yeti released a shorter chair. So this is like your lounge chair or your waterside beach chair, if you will, or if you want to dangle your feet in the water, you can. These are $300 a piece. They're very well built. They're very nice. $300. They have had the taller version, your normal fold-up chair style, like the higher height, basically the same thing. These are just lower, same price at $300. So there you go. That's a new product that they came out with. That's another picture of it. They also partnered with, I'm blanking on the name of the company, but they partnered with a backpack company that had some really cool designs. By partnered, I think they actually acquired them. And so we're seeing some new bags from them. These are all water-resistant designs that you can see between these two. You've got this one, and you've got the Ranchero 22. It opens wide. You can see you've got a top hatch that opens up, and then it splits down the middle. So it kind of opens up kind of like a butterfly, and you can get in there and take your stuff out. There's like 2 laptop sleeves in there. Pretty cool. So they got some new bags as well. In terms of other camping supplies, they have a new cast iron pan. They have some new camping stuff as well at Yeti. So if you're interested, they're very proud of their products. They're high quality products, but they are not cheap. So this is that guy right there. Mustang Survival. So this is a new child's, I'll call it a child. It's 3-year-old plus. I don't know what the weight restriction is on it. We'd have to look it up on their website. But this is a new product that was announced at the show this year. I really like it. My kiddo is 2. So she's still, going to be in a smaller size than that. But that is a new one. And then these two are coming out in 2026. They're not announced yet. They're not on their website yet. So next year, we're going to see these come out. And you can see just a couple different colorways here for what those look like in different sizes. These are for bigger kids. So as they kind of upgrade from this one that was released this year, they will go to this one, which you can see there's maybe a little bit less of like design on it. And as they get bigger in terms of weight, it gets a little bit more bland, if you will, and basic, which is kind of taking you out of the fun kind of fabrics into these types of ones as well. So they've got those. And then did you know, these aren't new. Did you know they had dog float vests there or life jackets as well? And they have the handle on the back. So if your dog falls in, you can just kind of pull your dog out of there. They have them from sizes small to, I think that the lady that I was talking to said extra large or extra large. The small goes all the way down to a 2-pound dog. That is a tiny dog. And I don't know how big the big ones get, but I'm sure they go pretty big for the big boy dogs. But I thought it was really cute. That's Mustang Survival. Some of the stuff that they got coming out here. So here's the Rev Youth PFD. That's that red one. Here's the blue one, which is a Rev Young Adult PFD that we can see there as well. Yeah. Over to Decked. So Decked has a new case, which I'll show you here in a second. It is this case, but this is a kit case where it's actually in IFAC case, which is a first aid kit, improved first aid kit case. It is a 133-piece trauma response kit. Pretty cool thing that they've got coming out here. So they've got these bins. These have actually been out for a little while. I think they're like $30 or $40 or something like that. Really durable. Everything from Decked is a lifetime warranty. So if you're looking for bins, they fit in the deck drawers or on top of them. These are their new things that they were launching at the show. If you haven't seen the Deck stuff, go Google it. They've got like all the stuff for like your truck or your vehicle or whatever. This is called a half rack. It's 32 liters, and it's got a handle that if you pop it up, the lid won't open, so it locks in place while you're carrying it around. Otherwise, you stick your hand here, and you can unlatch it and open it up. These things look pretty cool. Just figured I'd talk about them because I checked them out while I was at the show there. And then they got the Honcho, which is a bigger one. So these are just nice containers. Here we go. Here's a crossbow in case you're interested in that type of thing. And then the Power Box from Lithium Battery Power is the name of the company, LBP. I'm showing you this because they won the energy category. Was it the energy category? I don't know. Whatever category they were in, they won. And this is a portable power station. It goes up to 2,500. 2400 watts output. These are 20 amp outlets that we have here that are water resistant. You've got USB ports. I know I talked about this a little bit ago, like last night, but it has a solar panel that comes with it as well. It's a 200 watt solar panel. You can do a lot of really cool things with it, but you can hook up to 1300 watts of solar to go into it here, which is pretty cool. So if you're looking for something like that, they won the show category for that. Next up, they had some boat seats there. I sat in this one. I'm getting these for my boat. I've decided I'm getting them. These are the ProBax orthopedic boat seat. I still have the original boat seats in my boat. It's a 2006 Lund Pro V. I'm upgrading them. They're kind of ripping a little bit. They're not the best support anymore. Time for some new seats, and I might even do the smooth moves in the front. Be kind of fun. But this is from a company called Tempress. They got a lot of different options here. They're highly recommended in the industry. But I just wanted to show you what these look like because I'm probably going to put them in my boat. I think they look pretty cool. Let me know if you guys, any of you have upgraded seats in your boat and what you went with. I'll take a swig here and let you read what it says on the screen because this was a shock to me. And I got the backstory. Trika, now available for retail. So the ICAST show is dual purpose. One, the ICAST show is where all of these companies come, these brands come with their products, either existing or new. And a lot of people that attend the show are buyers or retailers. And so the brands are there to try to get people to buy their product, like Shields, Cabela's, Fish USA, you name it. They want to sell their product to them. So they write like basically purchase orders at the show. That is one of the primary purposes of the show. The second is media stuff. So like people spreading the word around their product so they get excited about it. So Trika is at the show because they're looking for retailers to sell their rods. Now, if you remember back, when I started talking about Trika quite a while back, one of the things that made Trika unique is they had a rod that was what we would consider a higher quality rod, but at a cheaper price point. And the way they were able to do that versus the competition by having a better rod at a lower price point is because they did not sell in retail. They didn't have to sell to a distributor or sell wholesale to a retailer that then was going to mark it up. And so now there's two people that want to make profit versus just one. So I talked to them and I'm like, so like our price is going to go up now? Like what are we going to see differently? And they said, no, prices aren't going to go moving around. They're not going to be going up. What they said is what's unique is the amount it costs to ship these things nowadays has gotten very expensive. And so when they did the math, they said it's really close to a net where instead of having to ship direct to consumer, if they can ship a bunch of them to a retailer, and instead of paying shipping charges like crazy to ship rods all over, they can give that amount of money to the retailer in their profit. And then the retailer, I mean, you go in the store and you grab it and you go, or the retailer is the one paying for the shipping. So it's actually not increasing or lowering their profitability. It's just shifting who's paying for it and who's going to get that profit, either by totally eliminating the shipping expense because they ship free over, I think it's $150. They now don't have to pay for shipping. So now they take all the money they would have paid for shipping and give it to like a retailer or a distributor. So that's the story they told me today. It makes sense to me. So we'll see what happens with it. But Trika is, I mean, dude, I have so many of their rods. I really like their rods. So it was nice talking with the crew there. Nice group of people, really good product. But that is the update on Trika and why they're at the ICAST show. Here's some of the crew here from the booth. A bunch of people that work there. Some of the pro staff, I think, is there as well. But anyways, all right, update on Acify. So Ping Live Sonar we've talked about before. I got a dedicated video coming out on this here. They got some new stuff coming out. They've got the Ping Live Mini, which is essentially a narrower beam transducer, and it is cheaper. So it's a lot more budget friendly than even their Ping Live that they had, and when it releases, will be able to come directly to the US right away. The Ping Live sonar, the one that came out this last winter, couldn't come to the US. It's available right now in Canada. It couldn't come to the US because of patent issues with Garmin in the way that the technology works. That's a long story for another day. But they've got the Ping Live Mini that will be coming to the US. Is that the only picture I got of them? I've got a dedicated video coming on it, but they've got that. They've got a new screen that they're releasing and Android support, because right now it's only iOS only. In a couple of weeks, they'll have Android support as well. So stay tuned to the channel if you want to know more about Acify in the new transducer that they got that's coming out here soon as well. Aqua-Vu. This is a 7-inch 4K screen that has 2 different cameras on it. It's called the Captain. And what this essentially is going to do is you can think of it as a dash cam and a backup cam, or whatever you want to do. You can put it on the front of your boat, the back of your boat. It's intended for boats, ATVs, UTVs, trailers, vehicle, whatever you want. The whole idea here is you can keep your phone in your pocket. It's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto built into it. It's got GPS signal. It's got a DVR so you can record. It's got Bluetooth connectivity. It's a pretty cool product. They've got lots of ideas of some really cool stuff that they got coming. I got a dedicated video on this coming out, so you're going to hear a lot more about this. But this is from Aqua-Vu, and it will be hitting the market here really, really soon. I'm pretty excited about this one. Hoping to pick something up soon and trying it out in a couple different ways possible. So look this up. It is called the Captain. Here's their website, Aqua-Vu's website, if you want to check it out here. It's called the Captain, the ultimate 4K LCD display and camera system. And they kind of talk about it here. Don't want to drill it here because we do have a dedicated video coming out on it. Waterproof and everything. You can do mapping on it. So the whole idea is that, like, on your ATV or UTV or your snowmobile or whatever you want, you can now put this there rather than like dash mounting a phone, having something go wrong with your phone overheating, it killing the battery on your phone. Keep your phone secure away. And if anything were to happen, you could have the cameras rolling. If somebody ran into you or something like that, you could have your cameras rolling too. It's got GPS built in, kind of all those things that we had talked about there. All right. The Angler Co. device here that we were talking about, I wanted to show this. It pulls in. You can see how it would actually spin the hook. I was having a conversation in the comments earlier today with somebody around this. So I'll show you here. We did a demo. We put a hook in it. This is actually the owner of the company standing here. And so he put the hook in. It's going to get blurry, but he'll do it a second time and it won't be blurry. So it does spin the hook. This is an improvement from the original one that was out on the market. So there it is. He pulls it in, spins the hook in order to pop it out of the mouth. So if you're interested in picking that guy up, that is what to know about it. The Bait Shack, we did a video on this, so this will be coming out to the channel. This won the best fishing accessory. This is a live bait cooler, solar powered. He told me that all that it needs, it can run a full day off of about an hour to 2 hours of sunlight. And if all you did was charge it up, you can charge it up via USB-C. It will last 10 days off of one charge on the low power setting. You can, which is one of the 3 aerator hoses that you see here. You can go to medium with 2 or all 3 with high as well. So we got a video coming out on this, but this was a really cool product. It is not cheap. I think this was $249.99. Not cheap at all, but I think it's a pretty cool product. So may as well let you know about it so you can see what's out there. Get your mind working there with the solar panel there on the top. And then as you're walking out of the show, see you at ICAST 2026. I fly out in the morning. I'm flying out of here at 11 a.m., which is currently like 9.5 hours away. I should probably get to bed so I can pack and get to the airport. And I got a ton of video editing to come here. And as we can see here, they've already got the date locked in, July 14th to the 17th, Orlando, Florida, 2026. So I can't register for the event until like another 6 months from now, but I'll register for it as soon as I can, and I'll be back down here, and we'll see what we got coming for next year. So let me know, what did you see out of the last few days of content here on the channel? Did you like the coverage that I did? Do you wish I would have done something different? Do you like doing the lives each night? I know there's a lot of people that aren't up at this time of night, and so they'll catch it the next day. There's a lot of views that come in after the live is over on the replay. Let me know what you think. I changed a few things up this year. I optimized these live streams, I think, to be a little bit more on point. Last year, the first live stream did really good, and then the other two didn't do so hot. This year, I think all three of these will actually perform fairly well, which I'm excited about. And then I actually have more videos coming out of the show than I did last year, which is really exciting. Just to tease out what's coming here on the channel, we've got Acify, the Ping Live Sonar Mini. We're going to talk about that new transducer that's coming out. We're going to talk about the Android support and the new screen that they have, which I'm like super excited about. So that is a video coming out soon to the channel. The StrikeMaster 40-volt Maven in the interview that I did with more information about that product. FluxJet Kayaks video, the Power Pole Vision, Busby's new products, the Aqua-Vu, the Captain 4K LCD display and camera system, and kind of going deeper into that. I'm going to have a video coming out of what are the top 10 new products from ICAST in my opinion. What are my top 10 favorite things from the show? We're going to have a kind of a roll-up of new fishing tech from ICAST. And we're going to talk about the most talked about product at ICAST in a video, live scope updates from ICAST, which there's not really a ton about specifically live scope, but really around live imaging and what we saw and heard and what we know is coming. And then kind of a package together of new ice fishing gear from ICAST. So that could be a lot of the things that we've talked about here, as well as anything that was entered in the new product showcase, which there were some lures and those types of things as well. So let me know. Josh is saying, think you should go live at the event. Would be like we were there. Yeah, you know, it's not a bad idea. Maybe I'll try that next year. Do one live stream at the show, and then yeah, it's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Maybe we'll try that next year. I'll write it down in my notes. Like this year, I had a bunch of notes from last year on what I wanted to do differently. And like this year, it felt a lot smoother for me. These live streams were a lot later in the night than I had anticipated because of all the prep work that goes into them. But dude, they're fun. I love it. Like to me right now, it feels like 7 p.m., right? Just because where my brain is at, but it's really 1:21 a.m. So thank you all so much for watching. Really appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. And share the stream. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, because there's a lot of content and videos around ICAST coming out. My goal is within the next couple of weeks to have all of these videos edited, posted up on the channel, so that way we can shift back into our normal content. I don't want to be talking about ICAST from a month from now, right? Let's get it all out there. Let's absorb the information, and let's have some fun with it and move on to the next thing. So lots of cool stuff coming. Ice fishing gear is going to start being released. August is really when we start seeing the first glimpses of some of it. I know there'll be some announcements in September. And then, of course, October is ice fishing shows start happening. So it's coming. If you're an ice fisherman, it is coming. So take it easy. Tight lines. Talk to y'all later. Thanks. Have a good night.